Hey, good morning. I'm just getting up, getting my act together. Drove till midnight. And we have a little bit different load here. It's a Z-lift. It's a little different style. So I'm going to show you what I did. And I'm in Missoula, Montana. It's a great bit of scenery. So you can see there's mountain, there's I-90 right over there, and all the mountains I just came from. That's westbound. And something new, one of the local truck stops changed to a TA, and I was kind of surprised to see that. One of the old mom and pops got converted, so that's the way it is. Really nice scenery around here. Anyhow, stop and smell the coffee. I'm just doing my VI this morning. I'm going to check my tightness. I haven't done anything. I want to see how good it was. This one's going to use a little bit. Now, normally you have these two spots on this particular lift, and there's even a little diagram, but they only left one. But I still am using single chain 2 binder, so that makes it, divides it up into multiple different devices and weight specifications for those, so it will raise your securement level quite a bit by using this method. So there's a reason for that, because it is trapped in a loop, a chain loop. It's not just a chain. See, this one's going to need a little bit of extra tightening. This one's pretty good. It's not just a chain going over and down with a single binder, because that would be, you know, whatever the rating was, 5600 or whatever the hell it was. I'm just woke up, so don't mind me. Put my glasses on, and the heck I can read. I just try to figure everything at, you know, it's like usually 6,000 and some, but I just look at it 5,500 to 5,000 per, and that way if I just count it that way, I don't worry about it, because I've always got a little extra. Easier on the math. And as you can see, same single chain. Now this one is a little loose, and that one probably is a little bit too, but it's a vehicle. It moves. I've tightened this bitch down I don't know how many times, probably 2 times, and they're foam filled tires, but I came through a lot of S curves, so I've got a little work to do. This is what was different. Now this is tight. I've got padding on the boom, but it is a Z boom. Normally these sit, they come all the way down to a single straight arm, and it just has a bucket pivot. This has a double pivot in the boom. So what was different is that this would normally sit down on the deck with foam pads underneath it for abrasion, you know, as it's moving. So what I did was, because there's 2 different points, I used a 3-inch ratchet on that particular knuckle where they wanted me to go, and then I went inside underneath the basket and put carpeting up here and pulled away from it there. It's just pretty close to flush with the trailer. When I scaled the state scale last night, everything is fine. I knew I was going to be fine because I've done this configuration before. I don't worry about the loose chain sitting in the center. There's not enough to go anywhere. It's not going to go over the trailer. It's physically impossible. So, as you can see, the carpeting, multiple wraps, 2, 3. Basically, there's about 4 layers. So I'm doing the best I can. There's still going to be some abrasion. Doesn't matter how much carpet you put on there. It's going to be some discoloration. What we're just trying to do is protecting it from major gouging and that kind of thing. And the way I do my particular chain is up, over, and through. And what that does is just adds more strength in my view, because it's pulling on multiple points here. It's not just one weld or one region, it's several. That's just the way I do it. And I had at least 2 thicknesses up here. So it's kind of a neat piece of equipment. And I'm going to Birmingham, Alabama with it. So there's the Z-lift, and I'm going to go and check all my chains and have my breakfast. Yeah, these are tight as a drum on this side. And that's not too bad. It's a little bit slack, but I don't want to overstretch. So that's the whole thing. Now I'm on the other side of the trailer. I'll grab a little bit. I know it's not great with this camera. I don't get to zoom in and all that stuff, but we still have snow. I think Missoula was at, their mountain snow was at 240% of snowpack, or somebody was. We were at 210 or something like that. It was just great. It just kept coming. And we still had wood heat going in, let's see, what was it? In middle of May, third week of May. So this is Highway 200 going up that way. You can see it's 112 miles to Kalispell. Arley is 17. There's plenty at this stop here at this particular exit. You know, you've got the Flying J. You see how big it is. I mean, it goes all the way the heck over there where that little truck is. And there's on further that way. And it's a town pump. And a lot of people use these Pilot Flying J's. They converted a lot of them over. And that corporation is growing. So just remember, there's no sales tax in Montana. I live here, so you know, if you come here and you shop and whatever, they've got a nice book selection on Montana inside of that store there. They do it, most of them. Some of them are a little larger than others, but they have some great books. So if you like have gifts or whatever, Montana gifts, Huckleberry Taffy. Oh my God. So you have to come out here and check it out. It's one of the states that's hosts the huckleberry. It's been growing here for thousands of years. 10 million bears and a bunch of Indian folks cannot be wrong. So they've been eating that stuff for a long time, using their pemmican, which is kind of like a dehydrated survival food for winter. But you can imagine, I've been up all through a lot of these mountains of horseback, on the back of a mule, basically. I used to do Forest Service trail maintenance, and I'll try and next time I'm home publish some of those pictures. Maybe you guys will see them. And I do apologize, I was going to do more videos and have them uploaded, but when my Sammy dog passed away, he got ill like immediately. He had problems, and he just collapsed, and then we took him to the vet, and that was it. So, yeah, I apologize to everyone out there, but when something like that happens with your family member, and you know, that takes all of what you got to deal with, especially someone that's been around for 14 years like that. And it wasn't just a dog, never really on a chain or a rope, never did what you asked him to do, but by golly, if there was a bear or a cougar, he kicked their ass. So he'd be chasing bears out, or he'd at least go out and bark, and cougars would probably keep a wide berth, but he would let you know what level of predator was out there. You just had to read them, listen to him. And I miss old Sammy, and stuff. So I'm going to go get some coffee and something to eat, and we're heading for Birmingham. Going down to Birmingham. Gonna get some sunshine on my head. See you on the road.